Hey, welcome to Langeville. My name is Solomon Lange.
And I'm still your girl, Flora Lange.
Yeah, you see where I found my flow. She's my flow. And I call her Flora. That's where I found my flow. So the other day, my daughter Sheena, she's 3 now. I was trying to talk to her and I said, she was doing something and I raised my voice. I said, Sheena, stop that. And she said, Dad, I told you, don't shout,
Just
talk. Men, when you're trying to improve your wife, you see something in her you want her to improve on, you see a habit, you want her to work on, don't shout, talk, like my daughter said. Women, if you see something in your man that you're not comfortable with, you want him to change, don't nag.
Just talk.
Talk.
Yes. But the problem is, right? I know. It's perceived by men that women always nag, but a lot of men have ego problem, and you cannot just correct them on something. So how can you educate women on the best way to communicate with their spouses without the men feeling that they are being too corrective or they are intruding?
All right, first and foremost, you have to understand that man's biggest need, and I had my Dr. Miles Monroe said this, he said man's biggest need is respect. Respect, respect, respect. Men live on respect. Now, the man married you, he doesn't want you to be his mother.
Really?
He grew up being corrected by his mother, maybe for some of them, their mother comparing them with other children in the neighborhood or other siblings, and then he marries you, and once he has the slightest idea that you're trying to compare him with another man, he just shuts down. Now listen, the right thing said at the wrong time can cause the Third World War. You must know the right time to say, to correct the man, to tell the man something you're not happy about. Yeah. And then you must also know how to say it, the words to use. Know your man, know your woman.
And like I would always say, know what works for him.
Exactly.
You know, the communication language that could work for Mr. A might not be the communication language that could work for Mr. B. For example, my husband. The best time you could communicate something with him it's always at bedtime. Not when he's trying to rush off to somewhere, or when he's trying to focus on work, or when he's stressed about something, or when something just happened. The best time to communicate anything with him is always at bedtime. But sometimes there's this rush in our hearts to just want to voice out something we feel at that moment. You know, like sometimes I feel I just need to tell him this. If I don't tell him this, I might forget, and I would feel really bad for not airing my own point at this point. Okay, so how can you explain this? Like how can you help us? You know, okay, how would you advise women to be able to hold it in, to be able to control themselves, to communicate at the right time? Because sometimes we don't just have a right time. We just want to say there and then and as it is.
Okay, now this is the reason a lot of women end up with bruises on their faces. All right, I'm not excusing.
Are you a woman beater? Should I? Is it this part of you that I've not discovered yet?
Okay, so no excuse for domestic violence.
Yeah.
Or we cancel. We reject. We say no to domestic violence of any form, shape, or type.
Yeah.
But women also help men. Now both men and women have to find a way of bringing in self-control, and that you use the word controlled, hold back. There are moments, it's not everything that you must say out of your mouth, all right?
That's hard.
It's not everything that you must say out of your mouth. Like the Bible tells us that whenever we're going to say, let it be seasoned with grace. Anything that we're going to say, let it be something that will build. Even in correcting our children, or raising our children, there are things you will say to your children, and instead of bringing them up, you will destroy them. So we must say the right things. We shouldn't say things. Now, one of the key things about communicating with your spouse in your marriage and in your relationship is that you must not say things to get back at.
Okay.
Oh, I'm doing this thing, the thing is getting you angry, has gotten you angry because you feel hurt, so you want to hurt the person back. That's what brings problem. Anytime I see something that I don't like in you or something that is affecting our relationship, I should want to improve you and make you better and improve our marriage, not trying to hurt you back or get back at you. That's not love. Love would hold back. Love does not keep record of wrongs.
Yeah.
All right. And the love does not think of itself. It thinks of the other person. I should prefer you while you prefer me. Right. So the women should learn to hold back. But men, you all know by now that it's a very hard thing for them to always hold back. So we should play the big brothers by holding back when they don't hold back, right?
Yeah,
so if somebody says something to you that you're not happy, it's called that's why it's called constructive criticism. Your criticism should be constructive, right? But you as a man, be the big man, all right? Be in charge. Don't let your wife lead you by her emotions and get you by getting you angry. When she says something that gets you angry, lead her through patience. Lead her through peace. Teach her what peace is. Teach her what self-control is. Not just by talking, but by acting it. All right. So that's one of the ways that you will improve your spouse. Like for instance, I can tell you something I don't like in marriage. Since we got married,
really,
I never liked it. I don't like it. I'm praying for her to improve. I don't like the way she eats. I don't like her eating.
What's wrong with the way I eat?
You don't like to eat. She cooks very well. My wife is the best cook I've met in my life, but she doesn't eat. She'll cook and not eat.
Can we put a clause to it? I don't like to eat that much.
She doesn't like eating. It takes her 3 hours to finish a meal.
Okay, so would you ask what I don't like about you?
What do you hate in me that you would want?
No, I wouldn't use the word hate because I don't have the power to hate. Yes, I love you and I love you totally.
Exactly. You love me, you love my dog, you love my pot belly.
So I wouldn't use the word hate,
Okay.
but something I would like to change if I have the chance to, and which I've been working on for the past 4 years, and I think I'm getting there little by little. You know, I would say I don't like your eating habits.
Oh no.
You eat, okay, you used to, because I'm trying to confess very positive things. You used to eat in very large quantity, you know. Then your timing, you eat like you literally want to eat every minute. Like you want to pick things like every minute. You just want your jaw, you want to keep chewing something. And I keep telling you, okay, you need to allow your digestive system rest. Okay, so those are just the things I want you to eat at the right time. You can have 3 square meals and have some in between snacks. Yes, but discipline when you're discipline concerning the time you eat and the quantity, the portion. I want you to apply portion control when you're being served, because the problem is I cook really well and sometimes he emotionally blackmails me, and I put, like I use my hands, I measure, I give him rice like this and I put some vegetables, and he's like, you want an African man to eat like
exactly.
this? So, but I'm trying to ensure that you're healthy and you live as long as I want you to live. So just enjoy whatever I give you and in the right proportion, okay?
Well, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the major area of improvement, that needs improvement in my house is food.
Okay.
She thinks I eat too much and I eat at the wrong time. I think she doesn't like to eat.
Okay, let's give ourselves this challenge that in the next 6 months we'll both meet somewhere.
Okay.
So you reduce and I'll increase, and it's a promise.
I'll try. All right.
Okay, another aspect that I want us to talk about in line with communication is, do you think couples, because of educational background, might not be on the same intellectual level, and this might affect the communication between both parties? Now, say a woman who barely finished, no offense meant, a woman who barely finished primary school got married to a guy who is a graduate. Do you think that could cause do you think that would cause any communication breach in their marriage if not well handled?
I mean, of course, that's the tendency. That's the reason, right? They talk about compatibility in marriage, right? When you're getting married, these are issues that starts from relating first, from courtship, before people even get married. Somebody has to be your friend. I mean, me and you, when we were courting, I don't know what dating is. When you and I were courting, before I even asked you to marry me, we will talk and talk and talk for hours. We will talk and talk. We will chat and chat and chat. And we will talk and talk and talk. And we will talk. We just could talk. So from talking, one moment, ma. From talking, I knew a lot of things that you did not. I knew your dislikes, and you didn't have to tell me, oh, Solomon, I don't like this, I like this. From just talking, by just gisting.
But if love is blind.
Okay. That's why you don't get married because of love. That's a topic for another day. You don't get married because of love. You get married because this is the right person you believe you're getting married to. You don't get married because I'm in love. When you get married, you realize that you can step out of love.
And no aspect has to be neglected, right?
Exactly. When you're going to get married, you will open your eyes. Are we intellectually compatible? You have to check your compatibility level, right? So the person has to be your friend. Somebody can be your friend if you guys are not at the same intellectual plane or the same intellectual level, right? So that could affect. But if the people are married already, right? What do they do? And that's why we're talking about improving your spouse.
Yeah.
Improve your spouse educationally. Improve your spouse mentally.
Exactly.
If you need to send the person back to school, let the person go back to school.
Exactly.
If it's the husband that needs to go back to school, go back to school. Don't allow yourself. Go back to school. Learn. Education is quite easy right now. So read books, study. Read books, study. When I married my wife, she was a bloody nurse. But I saw amazing gifts in her, fashion, so many things. Sent her to an excellent fashion institution. She came out smoking. She learned much more than fashion. She didn't come out smoking, right? She learned many other things into entrepreneurship. Now she's a skincare specialist.
That's the cardinal man in you coming out, showing forth.
Now she's a skincare specialist that I'm very proud of. I mean, look at my skin. I'm fresh like fresh y'all.
And I'm sure a lot of people have never seen you dressed like this.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm his stylist. So when you see him looking so fly, don't search too far.
Search no further.
Search no further.
Stylist,
yes, I'm a stylist. And that's because he saw some potentials in me and decided to help develop it. And he sent me to fashion school, and I came out, and he's reaping the dividend.
Exactly. And she's been using me as a guinea pig for all her. She's a skincare specialist. So for all her creams and her not the lightning one. For all her creams and her soaps and all her materials, she's using me as a guinea pig. She makes sure it works on me before she sells it to you, right? So, and I encourage her to do that. So you should also improve your spouse, encourage them. And you too, man, bros, calm down. If your wife is trying to talk to you about something, sometimes you should forget the manner in which she's talking to you, and ask yourself, this thing she's saying, does it make sense? Is she making sense, right? So that's it. Improve your spouse. The best way, if you really want to improve on your spouse, to make your spouse better, you need to talk about it. Somebody said, talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Well, I'm Solomon Lange. This is Langeville, and this is my flow.
I'm still your girl, Flora. So till we come your way again, communicate the right way.
And improve yourself and improve your spouse. Make the world a better place by improving yourself. Learn how to brush your teeth.
Leave that one. That's the topic for another day. I think we're done.
God bless you.